Hello, this video will explain to you how to enroll in the Math 102 trio. This class includes the Math 102 lecture, the Math 102 lab, and Math 91B. If this was recommended to you by an advisor, go ahead and look at this video to help you find the corresponding labs for the lecture. What you want to do is log into your portal and follow the steps to get to your shopping cart. It should look like this, that is appearing on your screen right now. Once you get to this point, at the left-hand side, you'll see where it says search. So go ahead and click there. Go to where it says subject/department and scroll down to math. Always check the box that says show up in classes and then click quick search. You want to go ahead and locate the Math 102 class, Pre-Calc 1, and click on the green button that's next to the class. It will expand and show you the days and times that are being offered for this class. Rule of thumb, if you're selecting a Monday, Wednesday lecture, then the lab is going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then the 91B will be offered on Mondays and Wednesdays, often right before the lecture day. If you choose a Tuesday, Thursday lecture, then your lab is going to be Wednesday, Fridays, and the Math 91B will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays right before your lecture. Go ahead and look through these days and times and determine which one is the best for you. I'm going to go ahead and use section 26 as my example, but by all means, go ahead and choose whichever one fits with your schedule the best. Once you've decided which one you want to enroll in, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a paper icon under the details column. Go ahead and click on that paper next to the class that you want. It's going to show this page right here where it indicates the days and times and information of the Math 102 lecture class. And you're going to go ahead and scroll all the way down and go to this part right here where it says notes. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Here it will tell you the 5-digit codes for the corresponding Math 102 lab and Math 91B. You cannot enroll in any lab or Math 91B. It has to be a specific one that matches up with the lecture. And here it will indicate those codes. Here it'll say must enroll in Math 102L, and then it gives you the 5-digit number and the section number, or it'll give you another section number and another 5-digit code, as well as the days and times of this class that's being offered. What I want you to do is write both of those 5-digit numbers that are showing right here. So for me, it would be the 18005 and the 18006. These are the two labs codes that I'll be writing down. Yours might be different, so whichever 5-digit codes are on here on your page, go ahead and write both of those down. I went ahead and put both of them here and indicated that this was option 1 and option 2. The reason why they gave you 2 options is because sometimes the first option closes up. So what they do is give you another option to enroll in the lab. Usually it's during the same time as the first option, as well as the same day and time as option 1, okay? So really, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, but sometimes one of them is closed, which is why they give you another option to choose from. Okay, so go ahead and write those down. Now you're not finished yet. You also have to get the 5-digit code for Math 91B. So below that, it will say, for students who qualify for Math 102 by receiving a passing grade in Math 196S or equivalent, must also enroll in Math 91B. And then they give you the 5-digit code for that section, as well as the days and times. So go ahead and copy and write down that number. For me, excuse me, for me, it's going to be 18613. But again, yours might be different than mine depending on which section you chose for your Math 102 lecture. So I went ahead and wrote that Math 91B 5-digit code here. So by the end of it, you should all have 3 different types of 5-digit codes, okay? 2 labs and then 1 of the Math 91B. Sometimes you make it an extra labs, you know, so obviously write more if it tells you more, but usually it's just 3. Okay, so once you've written those down, go ahead and scroll down and it'll say return, or you can scroll up and it'll say return as well here at the top. It'll take you back to the shopping cart. And now you can go ahead and enroll in the classes. So go ahead and choose again the one that you selected before. So instead of clicking on the detail page, you're going to go ahead and click on the green plus sign. So whichever one you chose, go ahead and click there. Chose this one, sorry. Scroll down. And very importantly, it'll also inform you again about the lab codes. So if you want to go ahead and double check before moving forward, this is a great opportunity to do that. You can go ahead and look here where it says Math 102L. It gives you the code for those 2 options as well as the Math 91B. So take this time to go back to your paper and double check that the codes are written correctly. If they all match up, go ahead and click next. And you'll see that the Math 102 lecture has been added to your cart. Now let's go ahead and add the labs. On the left-hand side, you're going to go ahead and see a box where it says enter class number. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with the first option. So this is the number that I'm going to type in that box. Go ahead and type in whichever number you copied down for your lab and type it in that box and click enter. Make sure that the class is open. If it's closed, you can still go ahead and click next. If it's open, then again, go ahead and click next so that you can land back to the shopping cart. Now we have to go ahead and add the Math 91B. So go back to your paper and find the Math 91B option. So this is the one that I have to go ahead and type in. Again, yours might be different. And go ahead and type the 5-digit code for the Math 91B here in that box and click enter. Again, make sure that the class is open, but if it's not, still go ahead and click next. And now you should be seeing 3 math classes in your shopping cart, the Math 91B, 102, and 102 Lab. Very importantly, before you can click proceed to step 2 of 3, double check to see if these classes are still open. You'll know that by the green circles. If there is a blue box or a yellow triangle here, like any of these 2, that means the class is closed, which means a couple of things. So if the Math 102 lab is closed, then what you could do is type in the other 5-digit code here. Remember, we wrote down 2. So you can go back to your paper and write down the second option, which for me would be 18006. Okay. Same thing, go ahead and click enter and click next. And in that case, let's just pretend that this one is closed. Then all you'll do is just click on this little trash can to delete it from your schedule or from your shopping cart and only include the open lab. Now, if the Math 102 lecture and the Math 91B are closed, if either of these are closed, then that means you have to go back to the regular schedule, the class search here, and find a different section that's open, okay? But once they are all open and everything looks good, then you can go ahead and click proceed to step 2 of 3. Now, because I'm not eligible to take these classes at this time, I cannot show you the finished product. But once you complete or once you click proceed to step 2 of 3, then it'll say finish enrolling. you'll click there and you should all get 3 check marks. If you don't get 3 check marks and you get X's, then a couple of things may have happened. One, it could be that one of the classes closed up in the process of you proceeding to step 2 of 3. 2, it could be that you have the wrong lab or the wrong Math 91B. So again, double check your 5-digit codes for the matching labs and Math 91B. Or 3, it could be that you're over exceeding the maximum units that you are required to take. So for freshmen, usually the max units you can take is 17. So if you enroll in this class and everything is good, the labs are good and everything is still given an X, then double check how many units you currently have enrolled plus 5 units for this whole class. If it goes more than 17 units, then that's why it's not letting you, because 17 units is the max you can enroll in. Now, if you've done all these steps and it's still giving you an X, feel free to go ahead and email the advisor